Hi, this is Bonnie Ribeiro with Prayas Gifts. We are on day 22 of our Aging Gracefully challenge. We're so glad you've joined us. We are on a mission to age the way God says we can age. And yesterday we looked at inner beauty and the one quality that really impresses God, which is submitting to authority. Today we're going to talk about external beauty. We're actually going to look at things like plastic surgery and then some alternatives to plastic surgery if that's not what you're interested in. And I think on plastic surgery, it's probably good for us as Christian women, followers of Christ, to make this a no judgment zone. Just as beauty can be good for used for either good or bad, I think plastic surgery can either be good or bad. And we'll start with the bad. So my husband grew up in Southern California, where sometimes celebrities overdo plastic surgery, and he developed a strong dislike for it. He noticed that for some women, there was no end to the plastic surgery, and they ended up looking very strange. And I noticed that some of the women tried to look like they were 25 when they were 65. And this is like not really accepting the season of life that you're in. And I think if we're going to age with honesty and integrity, we need to accept the fact that we're not in the spring season of life. We're probably in the fall or winter season. And each season has its beauty, and just try to reflect that. But I also noticed that, and this is the good, that there's a verse in Joel 2:25 where God says, I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten. And I've noticed that some women who grew up in really difficult circumstances, that were abused either physically, emotionally, or sexually as children, were able to have plastic surgery at God's direction and their husband's approval, and it looked great. They looked better. You wouldn't know they had it done. They were refreshed. It was as God was repaying them for the trauma they went through and the years of innocence that were lost. So I think at the end of all of this, we should probably, I would recommend leaving plastic surgery in the no judgment zone. It's just between God, a woman, and her husband. Um, but since my husband's not in favor of plastic surgery, and actually I don't like needles and knives myself, so that's not really something I would choose. But there's a lot of other things we can do. So, for instance, one of my favorite things are some facial exercises, and I'll put the link in the comments there. Um, there's facial exercises that will tone the muscle, that will lift these muscles. You know how women are always doing this. There's exercises you can do that will actually firm these muscles. There's about three I do. I do one for my neck, I do one for my jawline, and I do one just for the whole head, just to pull everything back up. But there's lots. There's plumping cheeks. There's all kinds of things. And the thing I like about this is with plastic surgery, you're kind of pulling the skin tight over muscles that might be kind of flabby. So even if you do plastic surgery, it just seems like if you firm up these muscles, just like if you firm up any muscle in your body, it can only be a good thing. Another thing I really, really like is called, if I say this right, geisha massage. And you have this little device, and it increases circulation, gets rid of puffiness and inflammation, and it also helps clean out the lymphatic system. So for this one, and I put some video links in here you can do. Again, I'm trying to firm up this jawline. So I do 10 of these, 10 of these, going back up here, trying to firm up the neck. Now I'm going down because that helps with the lymphatic drainage. And I love it when you get back up here behind this neck. And when you do it, at least I see a lot of redness as my circulation increases, which I like that too. And go up this way about 10 times. I also go over my lip. I'm starting to get these wrinkles. And I can feel the muscles starting to get kind of loosen when I do that. So I love this thing, and I do try to use it almost every day. Another thing you can do is derma rolling or macro needling. So you have these little guys. These are all available on Amazon. You can just Google for them. I think this is like $6. I think this is $12. So with this derma rolling, and I'm not going to do it because I have on makeup, and you should always wash your face and sterilize this with rubbing alcohol. But you just go back and forth in a pattern, and the video that I've put in will give you good instruction on that. And this increases the absorption of all of the things that you put on your face, all of your lotions and serums. And then the last thing that you can consider is LED light therapy. And they have these lovely masks that you put over your face, and they have lights. And again, I've put in a really good video that explains how they work, how they penetrate the skin. And there's a lot that they will do. They will correct fine lines and wrinkles. They can help with acne, dermatitis, eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, scarring, just a lot of things. So that's something to consider also. So for our day 22 challenge, try some of the options. If you feel led by God, talk to your husband about plastic surgery. I'm like I said, I'm in a no judgment zone. I'm not doing that, but if your husband says go for it, if your God says go for it, go for it. So those are some things to take into account. Tomorrow we're going to take a look at staying physically attractive as we age, and we're going to take a look at hair and makeup. There are some principles from God that we can apply in these areas. So hey, have a great day, and put in the comments if you're on our Facebook page. Put in your comments how these things are working for you. Thank you.